Good morning, loves. It is time for our 60-second devotional. Today we are in the New Testament in the book of John, chapter 3, verse 8, and I am reading from the NRSV. The wind blows where it chooses, and you hear the sound of it, but you do not know where it comes from or where it goes. So it is with everyone who is born of the Spirit. Now here, wind and spirit are translations of the same word in Greek. And it's, basically saying that like the wind, God's Spirit is an unseen yet powerful transforming force. A reminder, right, that God's movement is wild and free and never boxed in. And I was reading that this morning thinking about Methodism as a movement. Before Methodism was a denomination, it was a movement. A bunch of people, including John Wesley, meeting in fields, in small groups, in living rooms, listening for the Spirit's leading and doing something radical, making faith practical, lived, embodied, and available to people who had been left out. See, Wesley never meant to start a new church. He meant to start a movement of renewal, a way of living faith in real life with accountability and compassion and justice and joy. And that movement grew because the Spirit kept blowing, not where institutions expected, but where people were hungry for grace. And I think that's exactly what Jesus was saying in John 3:8 today. The Spirit doesn't stay confined. The Spirit goes where the hurting are, where the excluded are, where the curious are, where the weary are, where you are. And here's the nugget today. Many of us found Jesus long before we found a church that loved us. And some of us are still searching. Some are rebuilding trust. Some feel like wanderers still. But in the Methodist tradition, and even more in the Jesus tradition, faith was never meant to be about institutions first, but movement first. A movement of grace, a movement of justice, a movement of belonging, a movement of love that refuses to stay put. And if you're listening today, the Spirit is already moving in you, gently and freely, without forcing, without rushing. You do not have to fit a mold to be held by God. And you don't have to join a denomination to be drawn into love. You just have to breathe and let the wind of the Spirit meet you where you are. Tag someone today who needs a reminder that God's movement reaches them right where they are. No boxes required. Have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a 60-second devotion.